Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small-town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
The band 3 Buck Chuck is coming to the Keswick Tavern this Saturday, April 26th from 8 to 11 p.m. No cover charge. Plus, a special treat this Saturday night are the celebrity bartenders. It's the past 4 owners of the Keswick Tavern, Anthony, Max, Shauna, and Jim. It's going to be a great time this Saturday, April 26th from 8 to 11 p.m. 3 Buck Chuck and the celebrity bartenders live at the Keswick Tavern at 117 South Iron Street in Keswick. Get ready because Tyler Richardson and the High Bank Boys are coming to Sigourney on Saturday, April 26th at Enchanted Events, 20595 255th Street, just south of Sigourney. Order your tickets online by going to enchantedeventsvenue.com or find the Enchanted Events Facebook page for the ticket links. There are 3 different ticket options: general admission, VIP, or reserve. Doors open at 7 and the cash bar and band starts at 8. It's Tyler Richardson and the High Bank Boys, Saturday, April 26th at Enchanted Events, just south of Sigourney. The Watch Your Opera House in Watch Your, Iowa presents a tribute to Sir Elton John by David Kaye this Saturday, April 26th from 7 to 9 p.m. Tickets for a tribute to Sir Elton John are $30 for adults, $15 for 18 and under. Purchase at the door or online at watchyoroperahouse.org. David Kaye rocks Elton's piano, vocal, and costumes, including sparkling eyeglasses. Popcorn, pop, and water will be served during the show, plus Grand Ranch will be serving food and drinks. Get your tickets for the Elton John tribute featuring David Kaye this Saturday at the Watch Your Opera House. Experience Oskaloosa presents Ladies Night Out Friday, April 25th from 4 to 8 p.m. Ladies, if you're ready for an unforgettable night out, join us for an exciting evening of fun, laughter, and amazing prizes. Hop from one location to the next and enter the drawing at each stop when you make a purchase. Participating stores are Paula J's, Maurice's, Hunky Dory, G&G Pronto, Rosso and Wine, Heritage Salon, Brushed by Jude, Shop Gen Miracle, Studio Oski, Untamed Nutrition, LaRue & Co. Boutique, Hunter's Gift and Coffee Cafe, Stepping Stones Eagle's Nest, Stella's Salon and Boutique at their new location, and Mahaska Drug, which closes at 7. It's Ladies Night Out Friday, April 25th from 4 to 8 p.m. in downtown Oskaloosa. Go to Experience Oskaloosa Events on Facebook for complete information.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Shotgun Wrestling Radio. I'm your host, Zach Takis, and this week we are taking a look at the world of Absolute Pro Wrestling. And at this time, I'm going to welcome in my good friend, the one and only Mr. Jason Prentice, leader of the Absolute Pro Wrestling universe. My friend, it's been a busy-ass year for you guys, and it's only April 16th.
Yeah, I mean, we've just going through shows left and right, it feels like, to start the year. And I think overall, we have about a total of 16 to 18 shows lined up for the year. Which I know for some it's like, that's nothing, but I don't know, I think too many people focus on the quantity of shows instead of the quality of all the shows. You want to put your time in, you want to give each show its due process and its due respect, and I think we've done a great job at that so far this year, and really putting an emphasis on the shows that we've done so far. And I think it's showing a little bit too. You look at, especially like the Winterball Classic, one of the things going into 25 that we talked about is we want to improve certain aspects of how we build to a show, how we promote a show. The hard stuff is doing the show itself. The hard stuff is getting the match out there and, doing that and hanging up posters and, doing stuff like that. The even harder part of stuff is being creative each show to be like, hey, let's focus on this dynamic. Let's focus on this element of video stuff we haven't looked at before. And let's push it this way. And I think the Winterball Classic was kind of the first taste of that for fans because we've done it before. I mean, we've done a bunch of video packaging, and Leo Santel, shout out to him because he has such a knack for being creative with video packaging. And we did a little bit of that last year we've done some live streaming with the Algona shows with the company I work for here in Algona, and I said, hey, let's do a promo package for this Death Dealer and Anthony Bigger match. And there were a few guys who put ideas into it, and I said, I really want, the Pretender to be the background song, and I just have this whole visual in my head of how it would look. And Leo took the ball and he ran with it. And he did such a phenomenal job, and it's picked up over the last year. But I think January this year, I dived into it myself a little bit, and just working with him, being creative with him, and everybody else that's on the team right now. It's been a lot of fun to start even pushing that element of things. And the thing I love is that, hey, when we try something, it seems like somebody else might try some stuff too. And I think all that does is it boosts the game here in Iowa. I think it helps with people that, because hey, people want to say that it's competition everywhere you go. That's fine. But at the end of the day, I feel that when we bring these elements to our show that maybe other people don't have, it's just going to boost the game up that everybody's playing in right now. And I feel like we're preparing for that. This week we released the package for Shank versus Darren Von Baron, which is another one of my favorite packages that we've done. So this early in the year, long story long, this early in the year, I'm happy with what we've done so far to really put an emphasis on every single show. Fort Dodge, Algona, Des Moines, Waterloo, everywhere we've been able to participate in or that we've looked at, we've been able to make it special for, some rhyme or reason.
Well, and the cool thing now too is that I feel like there's even more of a focus from fans in general on independent wrestling, because you look at the ticket prices for what WWE is going for now, and it's kind of like, holy shit, they're starting to outprice a lot of us.
Yeah.
Like I looked at tickets for SmackDown coming here in a couple weeks, and I'm like, I'm good. I'll stick with the $10 to $20 independent show, and that's fine with me. And I think that's what a lot of people are kind of starting to realize.
Yeah, I think so too. I think my theory about a lot of this is that, well, yeah, ticket price is a huge thing. And I think everybody in the state does a really solid job as far as what they offer. If you have a name come in, or if you have some, set of special circumstances, a cage show, whatever, I feel like that does drive the value of a show up, and you have to adjust accordingly. But fans understand that, and they're still getting a good package. They're still getting their money's worth for what you're doing. And I think that when the wrestling business itself is viable and profitable and healthy and interesting and intriguing and just exciting, last year I noticed that a little bit. We had really good shows the year before, but it felt like when the Cody stuff was really peaking up and Rock was getting involved and stuff like that, I felt like locally people were getting excited about it, and they're like, well, there's a wrestling show. Let's see what this thing is about. Even people who, may not be wrestling fans, they see The Rock is involved and they think, well, shit, if he loves that, maybe there's something to it. Maybe I'll check it out. So there are little elements like that I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I do feel that there are certain elements of when the business for the big companies are doing well, I do feel that the indies, they get a little bit of that success too.
Yeah, for sure. Again, I was just really shocked when I looked at those tickets the other day, and I was talking to my brother-in-law about it the other day too. He's like, "Oh, when I bought tickets the last time they were here, they were X amount, and now it's for that same spot. It's like basically double." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine, just staying home and going to independent shows." And I do gotta compliment you too. I know I've seen it before, but I feel like you kind of added some stuff. You probably have one of the best backgrounds as far as a podcast guest that we've had, just in terms of the wall space. I feel like you've added some stuff.
Oh
And it's just like,
man,
I'm kind of sitting
too
here
much,
like, all right, what does he have? What does he have?
way too much. Well, and the thing is, if I flip it over, besides my messy desk, if I flip it over, I have Jay White, Ken Shamrock, Mabel, Mark Merrow, Sid, Jimmy Wild, Rhea Ripley, Paige, Liv, Hangman, Conan, Outlaws, Goldust, Merlina, and the Brood, all behind all this. So like this room, this is one of my favorite things. Like when COVID hit and we were getting that free money, that was so great to get. Of course, instead of using it on much, much needed things that need to be done. I said, I'm going to spend money on high spots stuff because they were starting to do the live shows. They were starting to do Facebook Lives with Jake Manning, the Man Scout. And Jake Manning was a hell of a pitch man. Let me just say that much. All right. Like he would get on there and he's just throwing out all these deals. And I'm not buying nothing. I'm not buying something. And then you hear, well, Sting's autograph is only this much. And I'm like, well, I got this money coming in. And I could get that. I started this room, so this side of the room that I'm pointing out over here, this was only what was like there was like 8 items, like 8 like art pieces, and then the rest were just figs. And it was only this side. There was nothing on this wall or that wall or anywhere else. I have grown it immensely to well over not 8 pieces. So yeah, I have this, and I even have a guest bedroom I'm working on now. That's kind of like a guest bedroom slash second office for me. Which this will probably go up there, not the room, but like my
Yeah.
office, if you will. That has even more stuff that's not framed, done up, nothing. And I started a collections page. I have Mac Classics, which I sell some of the stuff on there. I put it out there. I think it's cool too because then people can see stuff they may not even know exists, like just collecting wise. And so it is cool to have that page, and that's a nice little plug for people if they want to get memorabilia that isn't going to break the bank too bad. So
Yeah, I'm kind of starting to run out of space on my wall here. I keep looking up at it because I got like my 8x10s of guys that I've met and I've had them sign it. I'm kind of looking. I've been looking at it when I work from home here during the week. I'm like, I'm starting to run out of some room, and I'm gonna have to
oh
probably do some
dude,
do some rearranging. And like this is just kind of here, like that's kind of
yeah,
my wall there. And I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of running out of some room. And
I
I got my
mean you can
Schamburgers over
see,
there.
yeah, you can see over my shoulder I have a whole picture wall
Yeah.
of just there's only one actually there's 2 pieces that are not Taker, and I love Hal Haney. So if we're talking about artists real quick, Rob Schamberger, I have a lot of his stuff in here. Hal Haney is a phenomenal artist. Too many people I tried to rip off his art, and thankfully that's gotten shut down. And I'm so happy for him because he's such a good dude on socials. If you check his stuff out on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere, he's super cool. But him and then Jonathan Bartlett does the big movie style posters for WWE now, and does the like Mania series that comes out every year, and some special select stuff here and then. Um, but the only 2 that are not Taker related, there's 2 Hal Haney prints, and one is signed, one is not. One is the Kane. It is Kane with the mask half, and then the other half is unmasked, and it's signed by Kane. When he was working at Lawler's 50th anniversary show, I had a friend, hey, take this with you, get this signed for me, appreciate you. As I'm working on the show, and I've got to pass this guy anyways. I could have gotten myself, but I didn't look in. Still want to go down that avenue. The other thing is the Hal Haney. He calls it 50 Shades. It's literally 50 different versions of Sting on this page, and it's really cool. Those are the only thing on the Taker wall that are not Taker related. So
Nice. I'm glad you mentioned the page. Yeah, I did want to bring that up. So obviously with all the stuff that you have, you're obviously kind of wanting to go down the selling route, and has it been kind
yeah.
of fun for you to kind of look through everything and be like, oh shit, I kind of forgot I had this type of deal? Because I know I did
Oh,
that one
horrible.
day. I was kind of like doing that one day and shit. Didn't realize I had a bunch of like signed Revolver event posters. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize I had those.
I mean, a good example is that this Bret
Oh,
Hart that I
oh,
have signed, I had it framed. I didn't like how it was framed, so I put it back in this. But I forgot that I had it in my collection, and I'm like, oh my God, like this is awesome. Ramon Luciano, I think he's out of the selling game. He had a smaller print, so he did these Flame series, and I got his 8x10 of Brett, and this is I want to say 11 by 17 of Brett. Yes, 11 by 17, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna upgrade it. And so I told Jay Wesley, the smaller one, because Jay Wesley is one of the biggest Bret Hart fans ever. So that was an easy sell to you. See you later. And yeah, I have that unframed. And like even on the back of it, it's not signed, but a Schamberger, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. Like I come across some of these pieces, and I'm like, what in the hell? Like where did I have a Teddy Omega that was really cool by Nolanium, a Schamberger AJ that I really want to get signed now. I have two things. I haven't gotten it yet. It's in the mail from High Spots. I got it last week. AJ related. I have a figure. It's on this wall. It's from FTC. It's when they made the crappiest wrestling figures. You can see Major Marks talk about it all the time. It is horrible. It is horrible. These figures they made were the Figure Toy Company. They make some of the worst looking wrestlers. But this AJ didn't look horrible to me. They had that on High Spots back during the COVID days. I got that, but I have a Schamberger AJ. It's, I believe, during his TNA run when he's got the hoodie and everything going.
Okay, okay.
It's the Evil Ways AJ, and I'm like, I got that signed now. So
And that's
I
kind of